The Holy Family, Joseph, Mary, and Jesus, is more than an attractive cover for a Christmas card. God wanted their marriage, their love, and their lives to make him known to the world, starting first at home. This is why St. John Paul II called the family a domestic church. What we preach and practice at home sets the tempo for the world. The first lesson parents can model for their children is simplicity. The Jews murmured, "Is this not Jesus, the son of Joseph?" Apparently they considered Joseph just to be a simple, law-abiding Jew, an average Joe, if you will. Joseph didn't go around Nazareth calling attention to himself. Joseph didn't flash his possessions nor his pride. Every Lent we try to rediscover this simplicity by prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Jesus said that when we do these penitential acts, perform them for God's eyes only. This is why St. Ignatius of Loyola's motto was, "Everything for the greater glory of God." The second lesson parents can model for their children is hard work. Work is another way to be a co-creator with God. Work gives us dignity when we are earning an honest living and providing for others. This is why we celebrate May 1st as St. Joseph the Worker Day. The Second Vatican Council wrote, "Through labor offered to God, man is associated with the redemptive work of Jesus Christ, who conferred an eminent dignity on labor when at Nazareth he worked with his own hands." Work also contributes to the body of Christ. For St. Paul told the Thessalonians, if one does not work, they should not eat. The third lesson parents can model for their children is contemplation. After the visit of the angels and shepherds, St. Luke wrote, "Mary kept all these things, reflecting on them in her heart." Contemplation is beholding the face of God in prayer. St. John Paul II wrote, "All harm comes to us from not keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus. If we were to look at nothing else but the way, we would soon arrive. Remember Jesus close to your side. I'm not asking you to do anything more than to look at him." When holding a baby in our arms, we don't have to say anything. Just behold the child in love. We can picture ourselves as the child, and God as the parent gazing at us. Contemplation requires us to be receptive and to drink in his loving gaze. St. Francis de Sales said, "Between lovers, the eyes speak more eloquently than the tongue." The fourth lesson parents can model is obedience. Joshua famously said, "As for me and my household, we shall serve the Lord." Parents can only claim obedience when they themselves are obedient to God. Authority does not begin with parents, rather they are channels of it from God the Father. This is why our first reading says, "God sets a father in honor over his children. A mother's authority he confirms over her sons." Parents must have their spiritual house in order before children will follow. Children will not respect parents when their parents do not respect the God who gave them children. Children are like clay given to their parents, who are meant to be sculptors. If the parents take their eyes off the model, Christ, the image will be imperfect in the end. Lastly, parents must shepherd their children through those dreaded teenage years. St. Augustine once joked, "I would prefer death rather than to be a child again." Even Joseph and Mary lost the teenage Jesus during a pilgrimage to Jerusalem, and were quite worried and then upset. "Teenagers live with a constant tension," said Venerable Archbishop Fulton Sheen. "They are torn between the desire to express one's own individuality and yet to be identical with everyone in the group. They are in the sheepfold at the moment that they claim they are shepherds. Teenagers are like ants who want to live in the swarm of the anthill, and at the same time, they would like to be an ant who is brave enough to go to the picnic alone. Reassure them it's okay to be yourself, and the uncomfortable pressure to fit into a group of peers is temporary and artificial. Teenagers will be self-centered unless we put before them opportunities to serve others. In addition, teenagers must note the difference between what happens to you and the way you react. Often emotions can overrun our reason. Also, do not fall in love with an experience, but only with a person. Love is only true love when its object is a person. Experiences are replaceable, but people are not. With God's grace, our family can be called holy too. What we do within our families has worldwide implications. For St. Mother Teresa observed, there is much suffering in the world because there is so little love in homes and in the family life. We have no time for our children. We have no time for each other. There is no time to enjoy each other. In the home begins the disruption of the peace of the world.